Okay, so I want to show you how you can SSH from your Windows, right, in this case. Okay, so if you're using Windows 10, Windows 11 upwards, then you can follow this tutorial. So first of all, what you want to do is to search for PowerShell on your computer. So PowerShell, okay, so you can select any variant, well, maybe you can select just this one, just anyone is fine. Okay, now if you don't have PowerShell, you can simply search for command prompt. Okay, so you can use this one too as well. Okay, so but I am using PowerShell right in this case, and that's totally fine. If it's command prompt as well, you can just search for command prompt. Okay, so but then if you open PowerShell or any one of it, they are both the same thing. So what you want to do now is to simply type SSH, so SSH like that, and press enter. And when you type SSH, you should simply get a couple of reply right now. Okay, so you can actually see if you get this usage SSH, this old stuff here, it simply means you have SSH installed right on your computer. And if you are using command prompt, so this is my command prompt in this case, I can also type SSH, and then you get the same exact reply as well. So it doesn't matter whether you're using command prompt or Windows PowerShell. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to SSH into my what's it called again, into my instance. It's EC2 instance, right? So I have to make sure that you click on your instances here, and then you click on your instance, okay, just anywhere around it, so that this stuff can pop up at the bottom. Okay, so once it pops up, just open that up at the bottom there. So it's a public IP. I'll come back to in a second. So back to what we type. So what you want to do now is type SSH. Okay, so SSH, then -I. Now this -I actually means identity. Okay, then space. Then if you remembered, we actually downloaded something when we were working with, where we created the launch an instance rather. Okay, so if you simply remember that when we were trying to create an instance, we created a key pair. So if you remember this key pair, you know, when we wanted to launch an instance, we went through all of this step here, and we simply created a key pair where you downloaded it. And this key pair which we had, we named this key pair EC2 tutorial. So try to check your downloads to see if you can find it. Okay, that's the only way you can log in into your SSH. Okay, so otherwise you might just follow up, but definitely if you followed up, you should have that. So what you want to do is to go to your downloads to check for that in this case. Okay, so when you found it, then this time around, what you want to do is to right click on it. Okay, because I want to copy the path. All right, so even if you don't know how to use PowerShell or command prompt, I just want to show you an easier way we can just simply access all of this. So what you want to do right now is to simply right click on it. Okay, so this is like taking longer than expected. And so I'm just going to try again. So when you right click on it, then you are going to see properties. So click on properties. So if you're also using Windows 10, you should make sure you see properties. So you want to click on properties. So this is going to open details about it. So you see where you have this location here. So just click on copy this location. Okay, so your own may be different. It may be downloads that ends it because it's in your download. So just make sure you copy this path, this location. Okay, so copy it, and then before you even finish up copying it, you need to unblock this. Okay, then apply, because it's a very sensitive stuff. So then click OK. So what you want to do is to go back here. Then what you want to do is to paste that. Okay, so when you paste that, as you can see, so after typing Dexter, then put this backslash. Okay, then you type EC. So when you type E, just press tab. Okay, tab on your keyboard, you know, the tab key, or better still, you can just type the name of that stuff, which is this EC2 space tutorial.pem. Okay, otherwise if you press tab on your keyboard, it would auto complete that for you. Just press tab like this. Okay, so good. So when you press tab, or you type the name as you can see it here, if you are not able to do that. Okay, so when you do that, then you put space Then you type EC2 hyphen user, so user data at. Okay, so when you type at, the next thing you want to do is to actually paste the public IP which you had earlier. So if we come back to this our IAM account where we have the where we have our instance. Remember, we're working on our instance, and I showed you how you copy the public IP. So copy the public IP of your instance. This our instance we created. You have to click on it to find your public IP. So when you do that, then you paste it right beside it like this. So this is the old code. So SSH-I, and then you know how we got this old stuff, right? Then you type the name, okay, especially this name right beside after your downloads, then backslash, then you type this name, space, then EC2 user data at, then the public IP. Okay, so this simply allows you to SSH into your instance. So let's press enter now, and let's see what happens. Okay, so it says this key is not known by any other names. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? So what you want to do is just type yes and then press enter. Good. So it says warning, permanently added this your public IP to the list of known hosts. Okay, so it says permission denied. Now if it says this permission denied, we might need to fix it. Now it's totally okay for it to deny our permission because this is a very sensitive key, and we need to make sure that our system trusts us. Now how do we fix this? So what you want to do is to come to your PEM key. So wherever you have your PEM key, right, so come right there. So what you do is go to where your EC2 tutorial, your PEM key is. So right click, and then when you right click, you click on properties. Okay, so properties. Okay, so this is going to open up the properties pane for you. Then once it opens up the properties, you click on security. So the next thing you want to do is, among all these options, you see advanced. So click advanced in this case. So this is going to open up this tab for us, and then you want to make sure that you are the owner of this key. So you want to click on change here. Okay, where we have this owner here. So beside it, you simply click on change. Okay, because we want to change the owner of this. Although I am the owner, I can see myself there. And the object name, and now the object name, which is your name or on your PC. So how do you actually find it? Because you can't type anything there. So in order for you to find it, open your file explorer. Okay, so just open your file explorer. Now when you open your file explorer, what you want to do, you will see this PC. So just look for this PC, just click on this PC. Okay, so when you see this PC, it should open up. So inside of this PC, open local disk. Okay, so open local disk, and when you open the local disk, just scroll down to where you have users. Okay, so open the users in this case. So inside of the users, you are going to see your name there. You will see public, don't touch it. You will see default, don't touch it. But anything apart from public default, it should be your name. You can say mine is Brave Management. Your own might just be still user. Okay, if it is user, that's your name, right? So but mine is Brave, then MGMT, right? So what I want to do now is to go back here, and then you want to just type, in my own case, I'll type Brave MGMT. Then I'm going to simply check name if it exists. If you have user there, just type user or whatever is there. If it is HP, Dell, or if it's your name, just type it there, right? So click on check name, and as you can see, it says MG. So it correctly gives me that. If it gives you an error, maybe I type GG for example now, check name, it will give you this error, so which means it does not exist. Okay, so for me, you already saw that I was able to figure it out. So check name, and then that's it. Then you click OK. So what you want to do next now is, you can see that I am the owner, so Brave Management. So the next thing is we need to disable inheritance, which I simply mean that if you look at it, I have system administrator and I have myself here. So 3 people are in control of this file, even though I'm the owner of the PC. So click on disable inheritance. Okay, and then click on this option here, convert inherited permission into explicit permission. So click convert, So what I want to do now is to remove this system. Okay, just click on system, then remove. Okay, then administrator, just click on it and then remove. So I just want to have full access my own self, right? Cool. So in that case, then I'm just going to click OK. Okay, so then I must make sure that I have full permission. So if I click on myself, you know, just to confirm, I can click edit. So you can say I have full control here in this case. Okay, so that's it. So I'll cancel, and I think that's basically it. So if I click OK, then that's it. Okay, so what I need to do now is to go back to my PowerShell or your command prompt. And there was one mistake which I made here. It's not supposed to be user data. It's supposed to be EC2-user. So there was not supposed to be this data here again. Okay, so instead of typing it again, what you can do is to arrow up on your keyboard. You know, let me just open the keyboard for you. Okay, so you can actually understand what I'm saying. So there's arrow up on your keyboard. Just click anywhere inside your PowerShell, then arrow up. If you arrow up, it will bring all the recent commands you've actually typed, right? So you can see these are my recent commands. Okay, so I just want this arrow up. It will bring back the command you just typed on your keyboard. So arrow up on your keyboard. Okay, so let's adjust this. If you want to adjust this, you need to use the arrow left on your keyboard to, you know, move to the left gradually and remove this data from there. Okay, good. So then let's press enter again to see if this finally works. Oh, so you can see we are now inside of our Amazon Linux 2023. You know, that's our AMI name here in this case. Okay, so you can see we are now finally inside here, and we can start writing commands right in this case. Okay, so this is just simply how to log in successfully.